Hello cadets, how are you? So today we are going to study a little bit about pronouns. You all know what are pronouns. We are going to study the rules related to pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are the words which are used instead of nouns. And we have seen rules related to nouns. So today we are going to see rules related to pronouns. And very important rules related to pronouns. So first we'll take up this. We should use the personal pronouns in the order of 2, 3, 1. What is 2? Now here personal pronouns. I. So it's a first person. But you will be second person. And he, she, it will be third person. So here I, when we are using, you are referring to what? First person. So what will be the order there? So I should be last. So you have to have second person at first. So the order will be 2, 3, 1. So second person, third person, then first person. So you yourselves will be the last person. You got it now? So if it is I, he and you will be at first. He, which is third person, he, she, it, that's a third person. So that will be second in the order. And I, that is the first person, that will be the third in the order. You, he and I are to finish it. You, he and I are to finish it. So what is the order? 2, 3, 1. Remember the order. Now here, the order 1, 2, 3, first person, second person and third person is also possible when we admit guilt. When we are admitting guilt, then we can use this order. So when you are admitting guilt, but that will be very, very rare case. I, you and he have committed the sin. That order. But usually you have to make use of second person, third person and first person. You got it now. So this example is very important. Okay. So what should be the order of the personal pronouns? Now if you ask the question, what are the personal pronouns? I, you, he, these are all personal pronouns. Okay. But one is subjective, another one is objective. Okay. So we use it different way, that is. So some pronouns are subjective, some pronouns. But here when you are using this, these are all referring to what? Nominative case. Okay, you got it the order now? Let's go to the second rule. A pronoun in the nominative form should be compared with the same form of the pronoun. If the pronoun is in the subjective form or nominative form, it should be compared with the same form. So you can't use some other form, objective form. Now, what is the objective form of I? It is me. Objective form of he, it's a him. So here you have to use the same form here. He is better than I. He is better than I. You can't say he is better than me. No, you can't use that. If you're comparing, you have to use the same form of the pronoun. That's a so if it's a nominative case, you have to use nominative. If it's objective, then in that case, you have to use objective. So here kinds of pronouns are given here. Now here you see singular form, first person I. So if it's a subjective form or nominative form. So what will be its objective form? I, me. And possessive form will be my. Possessive pronoun will be mine. Okay. In the case of we, us, our, ours. Now here second person. You, your, yours. She, her, hers. He, him, his. So subjective form, objective form, possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. Then in the case of he, him, that's an objective form. His will be possessive, Again, possessive pronoun will be also his. Like here, eat, eat. It will be same form. They, them. That's the objective form, them. I hope you have got it now. So these are all personal pronouns. I, me, my, mine. So in the case of personal pronoun I, the different forms are I, me, my, mine. In the case of we, us, our, ours. You, your, yours. She, her, hers. He, him, his. It, its. They, them, their, theirs. So these are all personal pronouns. I hope you have got it now. Now let us go to the rule number 3 now. Okay, let's go to rule number 3. What is rule number 3? A pronoun in the objective case is used after let between any preposition. So here let, that example quite often comes, and remember that whenever you are using let, then after that what happens? You have to use what? Objective form. Let me go. Let me play. Let you and me play. Both you, subjective form and objective form, both are same. So then there is no problem. But you'll be confused with me. So me is objective form. And what is subjective form of me? It's I. Let me play. Let me go. We say like that. You got it now. So this example is also very important because quite often with let they give let I. So it's wrong. It has to be let me. You got it now. There's no dispute between you and me, between if you're using then also, or any if you're using. So there's no dispute between you and me. I hope you understood. Whenever let is there, you have to use objective case. You have to use objective case. So this case is also very, very important. Okay, let's go to rule number 4. When a pronoun stands for a collective noun, it should be used in the singular form. Like here, the army. Army is referring to whole lot. So the army has left its headquarters as a whole. The committee were divided. Now separate individuals. The committee were divided in their opinion. See here, verb form. Now here we are concerned with what? We are concerned with pronoun. So here army has left its head. So we are referring to this. Now remember here singular verb has come. If singular verb comes like has, you can be sure that what should follow it? It should be singular what? It should be singular pronoun. Yes, its. Are you sure what is the here? Singular pronoun. So this will depend upon what? You can be sure if singular verb is there, singular pronoun has to be used. Similar way here, the committee where now here separate individuals. So what will be the form of the pronoun here? We are concerned with pronoun. So form of the pronoun will also be plural. There. The committee where the committee their opinion. Whose opinion? Committee's opinion. So separate individuals their opinion. So here army as a whole. So that's why it said. And here their opinion. I hope you understood this. Let's go to rule number 5. So remember here rule number 1, the order. Now here second rule, it's about comparative forms. If it's a nominative in the comparative, what will be the comparative there? If it is a comparison, it has to be nominative form in the case of both. And whenever you are using let, it should be objective form. I hope you have got it now, objective form. Okay, collective noun, it depends upon the verb, what is used there. So depending upon that, you have to use singular form or plural form. Okay, and rule number 5. When two singular nouns are joined by and refer to the same person, the pronoun used in their place should be singular in form. One idea I'll give you. It depends upon the verb there. Now the collector and magistrate, see both are same. So it's referring to one person. So when it is referring to one person, singular verb will come because it has got singular meaning there. So when singular verb is there, the pronoun that we use, that will be also singular. So remember this. But these two are different. The collector and the magistrate. That's why the is used here. But the collector and the magistrate. So the is used means these are two different persons. So that's why you'll find here what is used here. Plural form of the verb is used. Have. And therefore plural form of the pronoun has come. There. You got it now. Plural form of the verb and plural form of the pronoun. Okay. We have learned 5 rules of pronoun. Let's go to rule number 6 now. A singular pronoun should be used when two singular nouns are joined by either or neither nor. Either Ravi or Gopal should do his duty. Either Ravi or Gopal should do his duty. So what is they use there? Singular pronoun should be used when two singular nouns are joined. So whenever you are using either or, then it has to be his, because it is referring to what? It's referring to one person, one of two. One of two, either Ravi or Gopal. Therefore, the pronoun has to be singular. You can't use plural form of pronoun when you're using either or neither nor. You got it now. Let's go to rule number 7. A pronoun in the plural form should be used when two nouns of different members are joined by or nor. Either the principal or his teachers here. Or his teachers. So a pronoun in the plural form should be used when two nouns of different members are joined. So he is a teacher. Here plural is there. So plural verb is there. Plural pronoun will come. They are. So be sure what is the verb form, and then based on that you can use the form of the pronoun. Okay. Let's go to next now. The distributive pronouns either, neither. What kind of pronouns are these? These are distributive pronouns. Either, neither, none, any, no one are used with singular verbs. Either, neither, used for two persons things. So spelling, there's something wrong with the spelling. Yes, it should be T in place of G. None, no one, any, used for more than two persons things. Any used for more than two persons or things. Have a look at some examples here. Either of the two girls is diligent. Either of the two girls is diligent, very hardworking. Neither of the brothers is quarrelsome. See here, he is used. And none of the four sisters is intelligent. Any of the four men can do it. So let's go to rule number 9 now. Shall we go to rule number 9? The reciprocal pronouns each other, one another, each other, it is referring for two persons. When see each other you are using, but more than two persons, if they are there, what should be used? One another. Two persons each other. More than two, one another. The two sisters hate each other. The five brothers love one another. You got it now? So reciprocal pronouns each other, one another. So what is so more than two, one another, and two persons each other. Rule number 10. The indefinite pronoun one should be used as once for its possessive case. This is a very, very important rule. Rule number 10 is very important. Remember that when one comes, you should not use his, but in the examination, they will purposely give his or her. It should be always one's. One should love one's country. And this example quite often comes in the examination. One should love one's country. Okay. So remember this rule. Whenever one comes, what should be the pronoun? Pronoun form, it should be one's only. Okay. Let's go to rule number 11. The verbs such as hurt, cheat, prostrate, introduce, present, absent, satisfy, prepare, enjoy, avail of are followed by either an object or a reflexive pronoun. Okay, myself, ourselves. I introduce her to the principal. I introduce her to the principal. So what should be used there? There, reflexive pronoun has to be used. If it's a reflexive pronoun, what should be used? Myself. I introduce myself to the principal. I introduce myself. You got it now? Not I introduced her. So I introduced her. So I introduced myself to the principal. He enjoyed the party. He enjoyed himself at the party. He enjoyed himself at the party. You got it? He enjoyed himself at the party. So shortcut rule number 12, the use of relative pronouns. Who for persons. So this is the boy who is diligent. You can't use who for things. So which for things? The book which is in the shelf is mine. And that is used both for persons and things. So relative pronouns, who is used for human beings or persons, and which is used for things, and that is used for both persons and things. You got it now? Persons and things, we have to use that. Both. In the case of both, we can use that. One boy who stole my purse was a student. The boy that stole my purse was a student. That's also correct. As a relative pronoun, that is used with superlative adjective. Only, any, nothing, some, all, none. All that glitters is not gold. This is the best thing that I can do. All that glitters. All that glitters is not gold. So superlative adjective, we use what? That. Okay. So let's go to next rule. Rule number 13. So some more rules are there. Let's go to those rules now. Rule number 13. So let's see here what is rule number 13. The word who as a relative pronoun is used in a nominative case. The word who as a relative pronoun is used in the nominative case. That's a takes a verb. So here the principal who came here, the principal who came here was Raju's brother. The principal who came here was Raju's brother. So relative pronoun is who. The word whom as a relative pronoun is used in the objective case. The doctor whom I met yesterday was Krishna's father. So in the case of objective case, we use whom. Okay, rule number 14. Agreement of the verb with its antecedent in number and persons. I, who is your brother, must trust you. I, who am your brother, must trust you. See, this is where you will commit a mistake. Now, it is not who, after that, what you should think about the verb. So, agreement of the verb with what antecedent? So, I am your brother. I, who am your brother, must trust you. Who is my friend? No, who are my friend? So, these are all very confusing, isn't it? Rule number 14. Not very important, but you can be familiar with that. Let's go to last rule here of the pronoun, rule number 15. If a pronoun is to be placed after to be, the pronoun in the subjunctive case is used. It is he. Who is he? It is he. Who is he? It is he. Okay. So let's just revise whatever we have seen. Very important rules will take up. A few rules that we have seen. Now I introduce myself to the principal. He enjoyed himself at the party. So reflexive pronouns. Then very important, one should love one's country. One, whenever we are using one, ones. Okay. Then each other for two persons. One another for more than two persons. So here reciprocal pronouns, how we use. Each other for two persons. One another for more than two. Then one, ones. Okay. Let's go to some more. Here distributive pronoun, whenever you are using, then you have to use singular form of the verbs. Like here either, neither, when you are using, what form of the verb should be there? Singular form of the verb should be used, and therefore even pronouns also your. Okay. Now let's go to next. Either Ravi or Gopal, if you are using, then you have to use what? Singular form of the pronoun you have to use, his. Either Ravi or Gopal should do his duty. Now here you will be confused when you are using the collector and magistrate, but if it is referring to only one the same person, then you have to use singular pronoun. But if it is referring to two different persons, then you have to use plural pronoun. Okay. So the collector and magistrate has done his best, but the collector and the magistrate here, these are two different persons. The army as a whole, then singular pronoun, and the committee, separate individuals. When you are referring, the plural form of that it should be there. Very important rule. Whenever you are using let, it should be objective form, and whenever you are comparing, then two pronouns are used in comparison, then your both the forms should be in the nominative. Then what will be the order when you are using number of personal pronouns? The order should be at first second person, followed by third person, and then first person. 2, 3, 1. Thank you. Goodbye.